Welcome back to the show that unpacks the issues shaping our world and the stories defining our future. This is Timeline. I am your host, Sharon Ajay, and of course I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Hannah Omokafa Danis, and I'm not just joining Sharon alone on this particular show. We have somebody whose name is Obinna Melody. He's a spoken word poetry artist. In fact, anything that relates to words, you just find Obinna right there. And he's not just using it for anything, but he's using it to cause social change in our society. Hello, Obinna.
Hello, Hannah.
Welcome, Obinna.
Thank you.
We are super glad to have you,
of course,
in the studio today. You know, I was listening to one of your spoken word poetry, and so nice. I love it.
Thank you.
I think it's tagged "Children with a Praying Mother," and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing! This is really nice." I was glued to it, by the way, and that's really a nice piece, I must say.
Thank you.
So welcome once again.
Thank you.
We'll be going on a short break now. Of course, when we return, we'll dive into what we have for you today. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Timeline. Today we'll be talking about the entertainment industry. Now, if you follow Youth Network, you'd know that Omokafe is an entertainment person. And now we have Obinna with us, also an entertainment person. So you should know that today is packed with lots of, knowledge from both persons that are entertainment people. And of course, you'd be excited to, know what we have for you today. So stay glued. Well, like I said, we're talking about entertainment, the challenges and prospects of the entertainment industry. Now, the entertainment industry is one of the largest industries in the globe. It encompasses a wide range of businesses focused on providing amusement and leisure activities. Now, these include traditional forms like film, television, music, and live performances, as well as newer sectors like video games, theme parks, and online streaming services. Essentially, it's any activity or production designed to engage and entertain an audience. When we talk about entertainment, let's say we're talking about entertainment to a layman, we'll say, oh, it's about fun, it's about leisure, it's about, just anything relaxing and all of that. But there is more to entertainment than just the usual, will I say, description of entertainment. There's the financial aspect. Yeah. There's the challenge aspect, what we're going to talk about today. And all of this we're going to unpack so people will understand that beyond the normal entertainment, there is more to it, right, Omokafe?
Of course, there is more to it. And one of the more to this kind of thing is technology. Technology has come to stay. Jokingly, I always tell my colleagues, technology, whenever something unique happens, because technology has eased a lot of things. Yeah. Now, with the ease of technology also comes a lot of backends that are not so positive. And that is one of the things that we'll be looking at today. And of course, we have Obinna right here, who is an entertainment person, coming to tell us some of the challenges they are currently facing as entertainers.
Exactly. She's talked about technology. So, Obinna, we're going to start with you. How does technology shape the entertainment world as of today?
Okay, technology has come to stay. Before now, there was a stone age where people just did whatever they want to do. It was more like the acoustic stage of life, but as time went by, it became technological. They would say the electric age. So technology has shaped a lot of things in the sense that as a music artist, I used to remember that those back in the days when you produce your song, you go into the studio and then you have to market it. Probably take the cassettes to the market and go with your whatever audio sound you have and playing it and even dance to it. But these days you don't do that again. Whoever does that will be considered a mad person.
These days, I think what they do is that they go on social media and dance to it.
They dance to it. Yes. So for the painter, you don't have to gather people. You can just set up a Facebook page, an IG page, just advertise whatever it is you have done, tell them about the inspiration, and you find people attracted to your work, people engage and all of that. So it cuts across, entertainment is large. For the spoken word poet like me, back in the days, we just did our thing because I started poetry at the University of Abuja, the Uni Abuja Literary Society. So back then we used to have this Wednesday meetings, but it went beyond that. And now I don't have to go for those Wednesday meetings. There's this virtual online poetry, open mics and all that. So technology has transformed a lot for the entertainment person.
Amazing,
So,
yeah. Let's talk about the opportunities and the challenges. You know, before we even delve right into that, I'm going to read a report from the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, as we all know it. Their 2021 report says, the 2021 report on the African film industry, and it highlights the continent's film sector potential to generate over 20 million jobs and contribute $20 billion to the GDP. Meaning, as of their report in 2021, Africa film industry, they are supposed to be, they have the potential rather to generate over 2 million jobs from entertainment and over $2 billion to the GDP of the continent. And we're trying to understand that, like, wow, so entertainment can actually bring that. And, you know, they didn't stop there because, of course, that was not achievable. So what was the reason? And they further stated that the potential currently hindered by the challenges, like the challenges that hindered these reports coming to life, is the challenges of piracy, limited cinema screen, inadequate financial support, and infrastructure. Now, I listed this out because I would like you to talk on the challenges as well as the opportunities you foresee in the entertainment industry, because now this report has been given in 2021. And if you look back, you'd see, or rather, I would say if you look forward, rather, you would see that we are still within this challenge, the challenges that were listed by UNESCO. Would see that we are still around it, and we've not been able to, overcome that, or rather curb it. And I would like you to speak extensively on that and the opportunities you see going forward.
Okay, let me begin with the challenges. I can recall very well, I think it was Burna Boy. Some people were trying to say, okay, he makes a lot of money from streaming, but Burna Boy came out to refute that. He said, in Africa, you don't make as much as you make in Europe and all that. And
I remember saying that.
So I think the problem is the economy. A person like me may not want to subscribe to the streaming platforms. We would always find a way of going through the back door.
Piracy,
so
sort of.
At the end of the day, it affects the artists because I go in there, I create something powerful, expecting that I would get something out of it. Generations to come would enjoy the wealth that I've put into the energy and everything. But at the end of the day, someone just corners everything because it feels like the economy is not balanced. So that is a major challenge. We as Africans must come to one understanding, this understanding that to help the artists grow, to help the artists thrive, we must support the artist. And in supporting the artist, we must go through the streaming platform. If they are laid down rules, if they say subscribe, you subscribe. You don't have to go through the back door. If I finish my work, if I put in all the energy and I don't see the end of it, it's not something encouraging. I'm not going to be inspired to do more. And so it also applies to the film industry. There are streaming platforms, but Nigerians would always find a way to
go around it. Talking about that, there was one time when Bimbo Ademoye came out to, cry. Even Bimbo Ademoye, is it Omoni Oboli, the person that did that, what was that Odogu movie that was just trending everywhere? So that particular person now, and then Bimbo Ademoye, they came out to say that their movies were being played in our sister country, Ghana, and it was not from their YouTube channel. It was played on their TV station, and there was no rights. They did not give them rights or any copyright to say you can play this. So why don't you air it directly from their YouTube channel or just go there to stream? But then you are giving people this movie without allowing they themselves, the film producers, to get their own money. Now, this is somebody else had come out to say, okay, I stand with them. That is Juliet Ibrahim. She said, I stand in solidarity with fellow filmmakers Omoni Oboli and Bimbo Ademoye, who are also raising their voices against this growing trend of intellectual theft. So you can see that these filmmakers are even going further to ensure that it is legal. So they're not going to, confront them by themselves, but they're going via the law to tell them that we know what the law says, and if you continue to do this, this is going to be the consequence. But they don't even seem to care.
They don't seem to care.
Is it that there is no legal action? Now you know that any legal action, if I take them to court, this is going to happen or that's going to happen. Have you ever even had to face any case where you yourself, your poetry or your work has been pirated by any person?
Okay, I have not actually faced a case, but I've had something similar.
Okay.
I finished performing a piece and someone said, "This sounds like someone's piece." And I took it seriously.
Oh my God.
I did. I had to go back and check on the person he was talking about. Does he have anything online related to what I just did? There was nothing online. So I had to ask a friend, do you think this person had anything? You watched my performance, you were there live. Do you think this person? Said no. I was thinking on actually taking it because it would be a narrative in the future that I stole someone's work.
Someone's work, and that's bad.
That can even lead to imprisonment. In other countries, if you pirate someone's work, you will definitely go to jail. You will either pay a fine. You must serve a punishment. And I think if that is done I love that you were angry about it. I love that you took action. Some persons don't even mind. And that's because they don't care. And that's because of the country that we are in. So it's a good thing that you took action because it's punishable by law, I would say. It's a punishable crime.
I think
it's not something anybody should do.
Yes. I think I remember Omoni Oboli's movie being brought down by YouTube. YouTube is not owned by Nigeria. And then when somebody goes to tell them that so my clip was in this person's movie without my authorization, something bad is going to happen. And what happened to her? I think she was on 10 million views already. Wow. And then before they brought it down. They brought it down because they said she stole somebody's clip. And then she had to go back again, go and speak to the person. I think it was just like a 5 minutes. It wasn't even up to a minute that just took from there. Probably somebody from our production team had put it there. And then they had gone to speak to the person and they were able to maybe do some compensation or anything. And then they were able to bring that movie back. Now that is one step we expect that not just foreigners will be able to take, but also we as a country will be able to take such steps. So that people, our filmmakers, our entertainers, spoken word poets like you, will feel comfortable enough to put their stuff online and know that nobody's going to steal it. And that if somebody steals it, our laws will be able to back them up. They're implemented and everything like that.
If you notice, most of let me not say most, but a majority of Nigerian movies don't go on YouTube anymore. Someone met me and said, "Oh, have you watched How to Kill a Monkey?" I'm like, "Ah, yeah." He said, "Can I get it on YouTube?" I said, "Okay, check," because I don't go to YouTube. And I say, "Sharon, I've checked and it's not there." And I'm like, "Oh, I actually watched it on Netflix. I'm shocked that it's not on YouTube." Literally, I know before now, let's say 6 years ago, 7 years ago, every movie that comes out is on YouTube.
Yes.
But I guess because of the piracy and issues like this, they stopped putting their movies on YouTube.
Yes.
And to an extent, I would say YouTube, they are losing. And some persons that cannot pay for Netflix, they are losing also. And it's really not a good place to be, I would say.
I also think one of the solutions that can be placed in, but before we even go to the solutions, what do you think are further ways that can entertainers can have the rights to their own work without somebody coming to steal it?
Okay, I think there is power in unity, coming together as artists. I think Basha Muneni was doing something like that. I wasn't really interested at that point, but he called me. There was a program he was hosting, intellectual property rights, something last year. WIPO, yeah. But I couldn't attend. So I think for artists to actually, artists should leverage on coming together and, having an agreement, a legal backing to say, okay, let's agree on something. If this is done, let this be the consequences of it, because there's power in unity. Because if everybody is on his own shouting, they stole my work, the other person, nothing will be done about it. So I believe in the power of unity, artists coming together and agreeing, okay, this is a problem, let's find a way of solving it.
Do you think technology can also be a way to help these kind of problems?
Yes. Technology, if used right, that's wisdom.
That's wisdom right there.
Well, we'll be going on a short break now, and when we return, we have other questions, of course, answers to share with you on entertainment, its prospect and challenges on Timeline. Stay with us.
Everybody has a stake in making the world a better place with love and compassion. As we thrive daily, we continue to strive to face the many challenges that faces our Earth because together, we all matter. On one side, we are exploring the captivating stories, the trends, the glamour, while on the other hand, we're looking at the love, the care and compassion from our champions. In our Stars Quiet Cove lies the burning passion for humanity, which is seldom known and unsung to the world. Join me on Famed to look at the flip side of your favorite beyond the regular.
This is the show where stories of women's achievement meets the solutions our world needs today. In a world where challenges abound, women rise above, turning obstacles to opportunities and dreams into lasting impact. They are leaders, they are innovators, they are change makers. From classrooms to boardrooms, from communities to global stages, these women are breaking barriers and shaping our world. Empower is not just a conversation. It's a celebration of courage, resilience, and vision. Join me as I spotlight women who transform society. This is Empower with an H on Youth Network. Welcome back. This is Timeline. Of course, we are with Obinna Melody, an award-winning spoken word artist. And of course, we're here to dissect and of course, look into entertainment industry, its prospects and challenges.
Yes, of course. And like we're doing some social commentary earlier, we're still going to continue with some. And this one is from Tech Safari. They said, for decades, the African movie industry faced the same three problems. Cinemas were inaccessible, cable TV was too expensive, and subscription streaming was too costly and slow to keep up with local content. The market was ripe for disruption, but the solution came from an unexpected place. Now, this is going into solutions. It says YouTube, a platform not even built for movies, became Africa's biggest movie screen by making content free and accessible to over 180 million people. Now, filmmakers no longer have to fight for limited cinema slots or expensive production deals. Viewers get unlimited, free access to relatable locally made films on their phones, and the economy has a thriving ecosystem with job creation and local businesses sponsoring films that garner millions of views. Now, to even go further with that, Omoni Oboli, I don't know why her mind keep popping up.
I think she's very, she posts very well on YouTube and movies.
And recently, she's doing a part 2 of that her movie.
Ooh.
Yes, and she has a lot of people, brands coming up on it. You have a lot of other brands that are coming on that particular movie, and that's because of how a lot of Nigerians engage with it. So a lot of Nigerians might not have enough money to pay for Netflix subscription or any of those things, but they can have access to YouTube. And by having access to YouTube, they are gaining, and even the film producers themselves are gaining. So YouTube is paying them and everything. Obinna, do you ever think that you have, like a YouTube channel where you can put up your content without necessarily having to go for slams or any of those things?
It's possible. YouTube has always, I've heard stories of people making it big, blowing off YouTube, And for me, I've not really given time to YouTube. I've been concentrating on other social platforms. But I know that someday, when the time is ripe, in the nearest future, not someday, I would actually give time to it. Because I believe that YouTube, the way it operates, is it gives, especially for Africans, it gives us that leverage to actually show our talents and actually gain at the same time. They are not just robbing us, but we are gaining something from the fact that someone is watching and appreciating our concerts, and we are being paid for such.
Entertainment industry is one of the biggest industry, not just in Africa, but the globe. Just like tourism and all of that. It's an industry that I would say we need to hold hands together and make it work. So imagine everything being put in place. Imagine how much you can generate for your country's economy. That's really amazing. Obinna, as an entertainment person, I would like you to share opportunities that you see emerging in this current entertainment industry and how other companies and organizations can leverage on that.
2 years ago or 3 years ago, or even 5 years back, you don't find companies advertising using spoken word artists. People like Toby Abiodun, Debbie, you find banks and using their voice to actually stamp their place, and tell people we are here, we are your favorites, so it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity that serves both the artists and the brand.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's an emerging opportunity. An artist should not go out there looking, because slam is not the only place where you get to announce yourself. I know the reason why I call myself a slam poet is just to keep myself up there. But as a spoken word artist, there's an opportunity if you put or package your content right. People would come looking for you. Yeah, brands would want to use your voice, your talent to actually send out their message. So it's an opportunity. So the artist should be looking in that direction. How can I actually, because one problem I have discovered with artists is that they want to do it the way they feel like, oh, this is the way I should do it, because things change constantly. So you should check out what's trending now. How do I fix my talent into what's trending and serve it to the public so they can gain something, so that the brands can see that, okay, I have something to offer. So there are opportunities, several opportunities for the artists and for the brand.
That's true. Let's make this very practical, sir. Imagine you want to do a poetry production right now. How many jobs do you think can be, just how many people can come in there to work and earn a lot of money just from your own poetry production?
Okay. If I want to do a poetry production, one thing about poetry is that poetry is a genre that does not just stand on its own. Poetry can meld into drama. It can meld into prose. It can meld into music, theme, and all that. So when you script your poetry, if you don't want it to be boring, maybe a stage production, you have costumiers. You can bring in costumiers. Okay, they look at what you've done and okay, this is the kind of costume you needed to make this come alive and all that. You can also call brands, maybe if what you're talking about, because before you start writing, you should have a theme. Maybe if I'm talking about education, the girl child, I should be looking at brands that are interested in education and the girl child. I should invite them to partner with me. So there's partnership coming in here. Okay. If I want to, because whatever it is I'm putting out on stage, it should live to say 10 years, whoever wants to watch what I did on that day. So I'm bringing in the videographers, the cameramen, they are going to take pictures. So there are lots of opportunities I'm creating at that moment, at that instant moment. Whoever is going to attend my show would need to sip something.
So for the caterers and mixologists and all of those.
There are lots of opportunities I can create just using my poetry. So it's just the artist has to think outside the box, knowing that he's not standing alone. He has to collaborate. He has to be at the center of it to meld everything together in order to send the right message and hit at the heart of people.
So you can be an employer of labor too.
You can be an employer of labor too.
True. That's wisdom right there.
That's amazing. Well, one last question, of course, before we close this section. Okay. I would like you to tell us now, just like she said, the last question she asked was practical. This is also a practical question. Okay. Looking at Africa entertainment industry and that of the Western world, can you give like a percentage of, where we are at this level, in 2025? I don't know if you have that, the knowledge of it. You could use a percentage. Okay. Looking at the Western world, this is the percentage. Looking at Africa, this is the percentage. And maybe just add one or two things that Africans can actually pick from the Western world to help boost their own, entertainment industry.
There's something I believe I believe that Nigeria is the entertainment capital of the world.
Word.
But here is the thing: whenever you add "but," you know that there's a problem.
Yeah.
You see, we lack structure. The only difference between us and the Western world, there was a woman that chatted me once upon a time, I think it was last month.
Okay.
She said, is there a way we can bring structure to theater? Because the Nigerian theater people think anything goes. Can just stand up one morning, we go stage them, we go do them. But they don't have a structure, they don't have a plan. Now, she was talking about, what if at the dying minutes, the hall you're supposed to use is no longer accessible? What do you do? What if there were several what if? Now I was seeing a structure so that you deliver an exceptional show without hitches. And this is one thing we like. We just believe that, we go run them. So that does not work.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Look at, there's a lot we needed to leverage on. If you look at December, the last year, December, 30 December, there were lots of people coming into Nigeria, coming into Ghana, and the entertainment scene, especially in Lagos, it was booming.
Everywhere.
Yeah. But if we can actually put in a structure to all of this thing, knowing fully well that sometime in December, a lot of people is going to be coming into Nigeria. So let's plan, let this company put up this, you see that it will benefit the economy, it will benefit whoever is planning and event planners and all that. So if I'm to put a percentage, right, the Western world, like I've said earlier, the advantage they have over us is that structure, that planning. Their institutions are well organized, but we believe here that anyhow we go run them. That mentality does not work. So we should have a change of mentality. If I'm to give us a percentage, I would say, 45%.
Oh my God.
We were generous with that. Okay. Want to believe that the next time we'll call you on timeline, you'd give us a better percent.
Of course.
If things are done right.
We are hoping that is why we are doing all of this, so that the entertainment people would see and they will grab whatever they need to grab and of course put it into implementation. Very important. They implement what they need to implement and provide solutions where solutions needs to be provided. Of course. Thank you so much, Obinna. Thank you. This was really an insightful conversation with you, I must say.
Thank you.
If you missed out, Obinna is a spoken award-winning, we can't take that out, award-winning spoken word artist, is a teacher with the stage name Obinna Melody. He's also he's also an arts director. He's a theater person. I want to assume he's an entertainment person. An all-round entertainer. Thank you once again. Well, that's all we have for you on Timeline. Thank you for joining today's discussion with us, and we hope we have been able to provide valuable insight on entertainment, its prospects and challenges. Well, until next time, I am Sharna J, and of course,
I'm Hannah Mokafedenes.
Thank you.